Testing. All right. You can cut out that other.
Hey, yo, aim. Yeah. Run it up, Blondo.
Hey, see y'all from Texas, where we sit riding swangers and put diamonds in our neck.
Ooh, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is having a monumental Saturday. And you already know what's going on. This is your boy, Doc Holiday. We are back with another HBCU Saturday night, the last of the year. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Get everything you want to know about any HBCU, all HBCUs, HBCU Overdrive. And let me see what we got going on. See what we got going on. And let's see. All right. So let's see who's up in here. Let's see who's up in here, man. Hey, let's go. We this is our time. This is everything. Man, what's up, Jamal? What's up, Mr. Charles? Hey, just want to say first and foremost, I know I did not even get a chance to get down to Atlanta. I had experienced health issues. Some other things had came up with my health, and so I was forced by my constituents, my committee, to actually stay home. I've been taking care of myself since then, and hopefully that I can I'm trying to make a full recovery and everything. But I did sit up and watch the game. But it is our time. Congrats. What's going on, Jamal? Mr. James. Mr. Roger, what's going on, Mr. Jones? Hey, hey, it's our time. Hey, hey, we gonna check. Hey, tomorrow gonna check on Kobe, man, because we told him that plug that fireplace is gonna we gonna unplug that fireplace, and hey, I need to play the song. Where them haters at? Where them haters at? Where them haters at? Yeah. Oh yeah. What's good, champ? What's good, champ? What's good, champ? You know, just like them folks said, ring me. Miss Muhammad, yes, I'm man. We are the champs. We are the champs. Go my other main moderator, my nephew Jay. How about yes, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, hey, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know what they gonna say. You know what the hater gonna say. This is on what?
I think it's some bullshit calls.
And you know how we do. You know how we do from Jet State.
Fuck them people! Fuck them people!
I love it. I love it. And why they what?
He got his ass cooked. He got.
Man, I love it. I love it. I'm waiting for later on later on and show my tail to everybody. Man, look, yeah, y'all. Ooh, hey Ed, it feels good to be a winner. I don't know what that's. Hey Jay, I don't know what the trophy presentation is on. They said it was on the app, and I don't know. And I've been looking for it. Man, we are going to get into this game, y'all. Um, we are going to get into this game. We gonna cover everything. Um, first and foremost, uh, if you are on Twitter, make sure that you hit the follow button on Twitter and also hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Blue Sky. I am on there under HBCU Overdrive. Follow me on there and follow me on other platforms on Instagram and on TikTok. Holiday 1925. So follow me up on there, man. Look, Tiger Nation. Tiger Nation, Jackson State Nation, whatever you want to call us, the Jacktown Jews. We turned Atlanta into Jew City. All right. Jacoby Morgan, offensive player of the game. I'm gonna tell you who the defensive player of the game for Jackson State, man, is got dang on Ashton Taylor. We gonna so let's add, you know what we're gonna do with our 20 conference championships, our 10 division, our 10 division titles, and now add to it our five. They say we got five national titles. Oh man, this game. First and foremost, let's get to this, y'all. Let's get to this. This game should have been more than what it is. Let me speak to y'all. For those we all watched it on TV. For those that were in the audience, this game should have been more than what it was. This game, and in fact, it shouldn't even be 7 points on the board. This should have been a shutout. This should have been a shutout. We had 2 touchdowns called back. Two touchdowns called back. Oh man. So going through the game, just looking at the game, and look at what I saw. Look at what we saw. Oh! I got the whiteboard. I got the whiteboard. So let's get to this. Let's get to this. The person that had the closest score, Jay, you said 40. Jay, you said 42-7. Uh, you said 42-7. I think. I don't know what that was. Let's see. Put it on my phone. But anyway, the person that was closest to having scored was Dr. Joy, and she predicted 28-14 Jackson State. Uh, Sonny Boom, you said 35-21. Mr. Emmett said 24-14. Franklin had 35-17. Miss Natasha said 35-30. She thought it was gonna be a close game. So those was closest scores that we had for score prediction. And man, look, just want to put it in there. Somebody sent $20, Mr. Gary Steele. Shout out to you. What up, Dante? Uh, yeah, high ankle sprain. High ankle sprain. But yeah, man, look, the tail of the tape of this game was pretty much um it was pretty much just one sided. This was a one sided game. So man, I just wanna say it, put it out there. We are champions. We are. I'm at. You know what? I am at a loss for words. Hey, I'm getting much better, man. I've been laying down. I've been, of course, I have to watch the game. So, um, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm making sure everything's good. But let's start off with this. Let's start off with this. We said, I said I said this. Do not kick it to Travis Terrell. Do not kick it to Travis Terrell. I got you square. I see it. Oh man. Giving giving grace to Mr. Earl Kitchens uh, with the Quarter-5 Black Club. I said this. I had to do not kick it to Travis Terrell. Kicked it to him, took it to the house, monkey flipped it to the end zone, and you seen what happened after that. What up, big bro? What up, big bro? Hey, third time was a charm, Jay Blue. Third time's a charm. And I am going. Look, I'm just gonna sit right here. Um, we're gonna. I'm gonna go through the stats, and then we could talk, man. We could talk about the game. We can talk about the game. Anybody. I'm opening up the chat to anybody and everybody. Open up the chat to anybody and everybody. And hit that like button. So man, we're gonna go to the teletape team stats. Dominating everything on here. Jackson State 19 first downs to South Carolina State's 10. I'm going over. Hey, Miss Hat, I'm going over right now. I'm going over right now. 9 of 17 on third downs compared to 2 of 13 on third downs for South Carolina State, and 1 of 2 on fourth down efficiency compared to the 1 of 3 for fourth down efficiency. Passing yards 233 for Jackson State compared to 148. Averaging 10.6 yards per throw. We did throw the 1 interception. Rushing on the day, 152 yards on 51 carries, and that was a 3-yard average compared to the 30 yards that they gained on 19 carries, where they averaged 1.6 yards a carry. We did lead in penalties, 9 for 82 compared to the 3 for 24 for South Carolina State. And we led this game in time of possession, 36 to 24. Yes, Morgan is a junior. He'll be back. He should be back. Um, um, yes, let's give some shout outs, man. First and foremost, man, we're gonna shout out this young king, Mason Barton, for stepping in the game when Kirk Ford went out of the game with an apparent knee injury. Mason Barton held his own in the game, playing the left tackle spot. I just had to get that. The link to the for the chat. I mean, the link to come up is in the chat. This is a open forum chat, so you are more than welcome to come up. They say attendance today was 36,823. I ain't really too much paid attention to the to who was inside of the stadium and everything, but I think it was a high ankle injury, but I don't know, man. We don't know. We won't know until they get back to Jackson. Um, I mean, well, he home, so technically they are out for the this last game. They are out for school. Jacoby Morgan was 15 to 21, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, averaging 11.1 yards a throw for himself. Herb Mulligan, 25 carries for 71 yards, but the big thing was he had the 2 touchdowns to put the game ahead. Amari Matthews stepping in for Travis as the second running back, 11 carries for 55 yards. Stepping in for Travis. Turn your thing down, Uncle Willie. 11 carries.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm good now.
you good.
Hey,
Isaiah,
man.
let me finish this. Isaiah
Oh, my bad.
Spencer, 3 receptions, 123 yards. It should have been a touchdown because I don't think he was down. Should have been a touchdown. Should have been a touchdown. He did the same move in the he did the same move in the Alcorn game. What's going on, brother C. Lee? All right, now what you got going on, Uncle Willie? What's up?
Well, I
Let's
want
go.
to talk about the game. I want to talk about that all-world quarterback Phoenix. I said it on a couple of shows yesterday. Phoenix looked just like uh T-Set, and T-Set is a freshman, but he's supposed to be all world, just all high-powered offense. Oh, Jackson State ain't seen no high-powered offense like this. So I asked one of them nuts, do they think that South Carolina is better than Louisiana Monroe? I couldn't get an answer. But what you say they held him under 100 yards in rush? How many yards did Mulligan have? I
More.
said he was gonna get 150, 120 yards today. Did he have
Who?
120?
Who?
Mulligan.
Mulligan? Nah, he only had 71.
I was off on that. If they wouldn't have took those 2 touchdowns back, I didn't see no holding. I seen two people engaged. His arms was inside the shoulders on that sick pickle. I said it was gonna be 2 interceptions and 1 pick 6. They call him a pick. Right? They call him a sick pickle back.
Mm.
Uh, uh, far as defense just completely shut them down. I'm gonna be nice on this call. I ain't gonna do a lot of fussing. I done did enough fussing.
Nah,
I,
you
I just I
good.
just want
You
them
good.
MEAC people.
You good. Go ahead.
I just want the I just want I want the MEAC people to feel this. You see, Doc, I remember watching the teams back in the 80s and early 90s. I remember we was big. I never, now it's been a stint, 15, 20-year stint where the MEAC may have seen better. But like I said, and I'm gonna still stick with it. The representatives from the SWAC were so happy about winning the SWAC. I don't think they really cared about winning the Celebration Bowl. But as long as we got TC there and people like that coaching in the SWAC, MEAC gonna catch hell. MEAC gonna catch hell because we're gonna get better. We're gonna get even better. And I'm gonna tell y'all, because I know some MEAC people in here. If it wasn't for the referees, Jackson State was gonna put 50 on your ass, if not 60.
Hey there.
What up? What up, Unc?
Yeah, they were gonna put 60. They were gonna put
Oh,
60
we
on your
good?
ass.
Okay.
They took 14. They took 14 points off, and then a lot of those penalties. I heard people on the other side talking about holding. It could be holding, could be called on offense on every down. But it's ironic you can see the holding that Jackson.
Uh oh. I think he. I'm. Let's get him back up here. What's up, What's happening?
What up, man?
How does it feel good? How does it feel to be a champion? Uh-oh. Y'all come on back up. It's back in the chat, so y'all come on back up. Y'all come on back up. But yeah, if you really think about this, taking those 2 touchdowns off the board, the block kick, the block field goal, and the missed field goal that they had, it should have been about 50 points on here. What up? What up?
Man, what's going on? What's going on, champ?
What up? What up, the car?
Yeah, I mean, but no, seriously, this was bold because a lot of people think I show biases, which I don't, because I do facts over fandom. And one thing that I was telling people, whether they want to hear it or not, is that the MEAC pales in comparison to the SWAC. You got 4 teams that's in the MEAC that on this particular season they would have been the bottom of the SWAC, because in the SWAC you have to understand, you have to know how to do one thing. You know what that one thing is? You got to know how to score.
Yeah.
You got to know how to score, man. And another thing is, you got to think there are 3, possibly 4 defenses. I say three defenses in the SWAC, possibly 4, that is better than South Carolina State. That Jackson State beat them. Their defense pales in comparison to Alabama State. We don't want to talk about what they went through today. It pales in comparison to Southern. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, these are the kind of defenses, man, that they're gonna knock your ass off, and they're gonna test your fortitude too. So I mean, it's like I was telling people, whether they want to hear it or not, with no biases, the MEAC is not. It's just it's an okay conference.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. You have South Carolina State and you have North Carolina Central. With this team, just imagine if Jackson State would have scheduled North Carolina Central this year.
Mm.
It would have got ugly, and it would have got ugly quick, like very quick. Because I mean, they talk about these all world receivers that South Carolina State had. We got all world receivers that are hurt. And that's what I was trying to tell people. Like, I don't get what y'all was seeing, and there's not to discredit Mr. Berry. It's not, because I think he's a great coach, but it still gives that feel that it's just the MEAC. Is not. If the SWAC really wants to win that game every year, they could. If they
Yeah.
just really, really just wanted to win that game every year just to shut people up, they could, because it's a different style of football. Now, do they have physicality over there? Yeah, they kind of sort of do, but I think one reason they say it's so physical over there because teams can't score. So that's a difference between saying it's physical and teams can score.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's just always been my biggest thing with that. Man, DR Love, man. I just attended a funeral today of my aunt, man. We laid it, man. God called her home, man. But she was 97 years old, man.
Oh
So,
man.
I'm, yeah, man. So it's man, it's a blessing to even know that somebody was like that in my family, man. And just to know that people like that have been on this earth, through the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and etc. So I thank God for that. Thank God for Jackson State. Um, I hope the point has been proven. Jackson State has been the best team all year, and that's with no biases, because this is the only team that, as you can see, whatever the opponent is, we're going to adjust to what they do. Like if you're a run team, we're gonna adjust to that. If you're a passing team, we're gonna adjust to that. You know, if you're a defensive sound team, we're gonna adjust to that. So, you know, it is what it is, and hopefully we don't have to hear all this unqualified analysis and biases and stuff like that. 28-7, belt to ass, DI, and I'm out. Hey.
Hey, what's going on? What's up, trucker? What's happening? I think you on mute. All right, Bakari, what's going on, man? Think you on mute too.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now,
Oh, you can. What's going on, man? Hey, look,
man.
one of my, I knew they was gonna key on Irv, right?
Yeah,
So if you remember what I told you, Jacobian got to play like the MVP of the game,
yeah, he did.
and that's what he did. 15 to 21, 233. And the Clays people didn't know. They probably do not. I'm a big Jacobian fan. I'm a Jacobian. I think Jacobian I think Jacobian get a bad rap, but this team as a whole. It's just, man, Jackson State was just awesome. Jackson State, if we continue this type of recruiting, Jackson State is turning into an FBS in FCS clothing. This wasn't even close. They took two touchdowns. They took Travis touchdown on the punt return.
Right, and
They
it took
took
the interception.
they took the interception. We completely dominated them. Now, I have no idea how Eric Phoenix ended up with 168 passing yards. He must got them on the last two drives, and especially and when did nobody care. I'm just saying that's when he got the bulk of his yards. They hadn't seen that type of speed. They hadn't played against that type of physicality. We were physical with their receivers. Whenever they did catch the ball, they did what they were supposed to do. They hit
Mm-hmm.
them hard. They
Right,
hit them hard. They
right.
hit Eric Phoenix hard. Had him running. Had him running for his. Had him running for his life. Had Chennis Berry confused. You pull the guy who's supposed to be he's the HBCU player of the year. Once again, they just overlooked Irv because Jackson State has been completely disrespected all season. So
Right.
you pull the HBCU go HBCU player of the year to try
Mm-hmm.
something to try something with your backup. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't make
Right.
adjustments, and if they could make adjustment, they don't have the depth that Jackson State have. Like I just said on RNG Pound, you ever see Jackson State players getting really tired out? They
No.
have depth and they have an excellent strength and condition program. Those two things, that's going to give them an advantage. I said 17 points, a minimum, is what Jackson State should beat South Carolina State by. I
Mm-hmm.
said that, and Doc, you told me I was looking through blue and white glasses. I
I
said
did
that.
say that, but you know what though? After you said that, and I said, uh, this is kind of like it's really like after I left the hospital, right? I left the hospital, I came back to the house. Um, I was like, no, because I had to I rewatched and I listened to my stuff over to see what I could gain from it, right? And you said, nah, we gotta score. Um, we got to score X amount of points, and like you said, um, they just had to score more. You know, they were gonna beat them by at least 20, by 21.
Think about what this coaching staff just did.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina State had 3 weeks to prepare. Jackson State had 1 week. Look
We
what
really didn't
Jackson
even have
State.
1 week. We had we literally had probably 3 days to look at that team. Because remember on
That,
Wednesday they traveled.
yeah,
Wednesday was their travel time. So when they get in Thursday, they can't, they ain't gonna watch too much film. They just gonna go and do a rehearsal and everything. And Friday they were gonna do all the stuff. And so they had 3 days to prepare. But the best thing about this was
So think
that
about that coaching staff. Think about
right,
that coaching staff.
right.
They had 3
They
weeks.
looked and they looked at the team way before. They looked at the team. They looked at both South Carolina State's film and Southern's field last week during the week of the not celebration but the SWAC championship game.
SWAC championship.
Yeah, so they was pretty much they pretty much prepared. You give them if you give TC and Coach Quinn and these guys the amount of time to look at film and see teams tendencies and stuff like that, you can actually game plan for it. And the best thing what I seen today, we got the ball. Well, we kicked the ball off. We let them get the ball in the first half. So we want to see what you working with, and that's the thing. We want to see what you working with, and then I think after the first drive, that's when Coach Quinn kicked it in. He's like he adjusted. He didn't have to wait till the end of the first half to adjust. He did it when I'm looking at it. He did that after the first drive.
Yep. And what's his name before I get off here? The guy that was calling him, Hayden Walker. He kept making all kind of excuses. Well, you can literally see the rust. You can see the rust on South Carolina State. He would say anything other than give Jackson State credit. So that's why I say ask him. I wish somebody could tell. Who would he put at number one now? We know it wouldn't be Jackson State. I wonder what team he would find to be number one in the HBCU now.
Miss Tiffany ain't gonna let that happen though. You cannot disrespect. You can't disrespect Jackson State like that. Now you gonna put Tennessee State at number one?
They did it all year. But Doc, I'm gonna step down and listen to you, man. I don't know how to get off what I do, so I'm gonna step down and listen. All
right, man.
All right, Doc.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. But I'm gonna be listening though.
I got you. But yeah, when you think about it though, it seemed like everybody wanted to paint it one way. This team has been through a lot of resiliency this season. They made this into the South Carolina State show. It should have been even. It should have been evenly pitched because we had a lot of things going on this season. First and foremost, we start off playing the first game of the season. We didn't even start Jacoby. We started Cam McCoy, and he, give a shout out to what he did this season. We started with Cam McCoy because of the dynamic. Coach TC said it was a dynamic about him that he wanted to bring out. Hey, Ken, what's going on, brother? Hey, yes. Appreciate it. So, I guess we South Carolina State's daddy now. Are we South Carolina State's daddy? Are we the MEAC's daddy now? You the expert on this. Are we the MEAC's daddy now? We gotta win one more. Hey, Andre, calm down. I know we are national champ. Yes, indeed. What's up, man?
I'm from Jackson.
What's going on, bro?
My thoughts about the game.
Go ahead.
We did what we supposed to do, even though the haters came out and said South Carolina was gonna win all this stuff. We came out, we played hard, and we beat them decisively. It wasn't even close, in my opinion. We had two scores called back. It should have been 35. It should have been 42-7.
Actually, it
They
should have been 40. It should have been 48 because remember he got he got a field goal block and he missed the field goal.
yeah. But I'm just talking about them that unsportsmanlike conduct on that punt return.
Oh
Nobody
yeah,
saw that. We don't know what happened on that play. They never showed that on ESPN or ABC, whatever you watching on. They never showed the play or unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, I never. It seemed like they wanted the game to be close, and it shouldn't have been close. We dominated from start to end, in my opinion, and we are the HBCU national champion. They got to give us our credit now. And for Jay Walker, I hope he never do a Jackson State game ever again, man. He's horrible, and it's not even close. Love to the bias. My dad passed probably in 2021 when Prime came.
right.
My dad was best friends with a guy who was best friends with Jay Walker. And for 20 years ago, he was saying Jay Walker was biased towards Jackson State. So that's just indicative to me that Jay Walker should not be calling JSU games. And I hope that we do end the contract with ESPN because Jay Walker is horrible. Tiffany Tiffany is okay, but she agrees a lot with Jay Walker, and I just I hate that they have him calling games, man. It's just horrible. But all I want to say is, man, to the JSU coalition, man, we got it. We got to do the initiative, 1400 club. We got to do the initiative to keep our players and go Tigers, man. JSU by 40.
Man, appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. How you? I don't know how to exit it either.
Just click out the out the browser. That's it.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Doc.
Mm-hmm. Man, hey, the chat the chat is open for everybody to join up, to jump up, to give their thoughts about the game and stuff like that. Come on up, talk your noise. Um, I need my picture for the belt the ass picture. I need to see a picture of the fireplace from Kobe getting unplugged. It needs to make its way on to Irving, Texas. Or just make its way to Jackson, Mississippi. Put it up. What's going on, man? Unmute yourself.
Okay, first of all, I want to say how you doing, Doc?
How you doing? How you doing?
All right. All I want to say is it's a big chip or a big load off Jackson State's back.
Oh yeah.
You know, they finally came to the end of the road, in per se. They
Mm-hmm.
won it. Now people can look at them differently as they are the champion. They are the kings of the swag. And the
Oh yeah.
MEAC, they just don't know about the swag now, but they see the swag. That's where the competition is.
Good evening. Can y'all hear me?
What's going on? What's happening? We can hear you.
What's good, Doc?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How
Man,
the
sitting here at work. Man, I'm sitting there at work. So
Hey man, hey look, it's one of them days where like I said, I'm supposed to be in there on that field taking pictures and stuff, but like I said, God had a different plan for me, so I had to stay at the house and get well and stuff like that. But uh this is something that I've been looking at, wanting to see since hell, I was a freshman at Jackson State in '97. So this is something that I really wanted to see just happen because I knew we had the team to do it. And we got the coach, we got the right coach to do it too. So give me your
Yeah.
thoughts on the game, man. I'm gonna start with you, Trucker. Let me start with you first. Give me your thoughts on your game, and then I'm gonna switch it over to Mr. Hardy.
Well,
Okay, can you hear
okay.
me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay,
Okay, now
Jackson
give.
State, they came in the game ready. They were loose and they were ready to play. They were focused.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple crucial mistakes, but every mistake they did or made, they rebounded for them real quickly. And number one thing they did, they played together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Every player encouraged everybody when they made mistakes. Say, don't let that bother you. Keep on playing.
Right.
And that's why they stood victorious. And see, South Carolina State, people may not want to say it or believe it, you wasn't ready for the game. You had too much time off. Jackson State, this game was like a regular season game. They were in tune. And that's all I got to say.
All right, what you got, Mr. Hardy?
Man, this game was truly amazing. I sat there and watched this game. I was so excited. I'm sitting there working at the containment, so I'm hollering and screaming. They're like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm." It just, like I said, it's been a long time coming. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I went to my first JSU game in '83. That was JSU homecoming against Southern. First time I saw
Ooh.
the boom. First time I saw the jukebox. And of course, I chose the boom because I was a freshman in the boom in '88. So man, I am so glad. And the coalition, we didn't need y'all then, and we sure don't need y'all now. And that's a
Now, there's some people in the coalition that I can rock with, like Dr.
because
Kanisha. You know.
well, I'm just saying, I'm talking about all the naysayers, all the JSU haters.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The haters gonna say what they want to say.
Yeah, all their hate did was made us stronger, and we appreciate it for them. And I thank Grambling too, because Grambling taught us how to win. That Grambling lost taught us how to win.
If you really think about it,
Because the true champion is not how you happen when you're up; it's how you handle it when you're down. So when Grambling knocked us down, we got
mhm,
back up swinging, and we swung all the way to the championship. So go Tigers!
man, that is 10 straight wins, y'all. If you really don't understand, we went into the Grambling game 2-1, came out beat up, blooded, embarrassed, and after that we went on a winning streak that I don't think nobody has ever went on, and that's not even with the prime teams. When you think about it, so if you really think about it, this was to me this was a historic moment. This was a historic team. Um, 14 games. Let me go back. Let me see these scores. Let me see the box score. 14 games. Let's say this. The last 7 games, and that's including today, we've only given up 20 points in the second half. Let me reiterate this. The last 7 games, we have only given up 20 points in the second half. Now, how dominant is that right there? how like literally how dominant is that stat right there for you? The most points we ever gave up was the Grambling game. The second most points we gave up was Alabama A&M, where we was up 38-7. And they went on a 35-7 run in that game. Or 31 point run. Taj, the penalty yard for both teams. Jackson State had 9 penalties for 82 yards compared to the 3 penalties and 24 yards for South Carolina State. What up, Blue? Blues to and just think about this on that first on the defense where on the defensive line, your front four, you have Philip Webb on one end, and then you have Josh Noble on the other end. But in between them, that interior defensive line, you got True Thompson, who is big but is quick as a cat, and you got Jeremiah Williams, who is country strong and is also quick. And neither one of those guys gets a first team or a second team nod on the all swag defense, which is a travesty. Which is a travesty. The chat is open up for everybody, and everybody wants to join, speak their piece about the game, what they feel like, what they understand. You got anything to say? One more. You got anything else to say, Mr. Trucker, sir? Hello. All right. How you doing, Miss Natasha? How you doing? Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, champions. But to have True Thompson nor Jeremiah Williams on first or second team all SWAC on defense is a travesty. To not have you got anything else to say?
Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I got cut out last time. You
Okay.
know, I mean, I'm a part of JSU. Graduate from JSU. Proud
Mm-hmm.
alumna. But also, I'm a part of South Carolina. Born and raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina. No
Oh
South
wow.
Carolina state like a book.
Oh wow.
Like I said, I was born MEAC, but also I was adopted and graduated SWAC. And, I got that blood in me.
Oh
I
yeah.
got that blood in me. Lived in the SIP.
Oh yeah.
So I know both teams. I got family members on the other side that they're blowing up my phone right now. Yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle. But like I said, I told them I'm swag, baby. Who ain't swag? I'm swag. I'm swag. And matter of fact, I'm headed to Orangeburg this week.
Oh snap!
I'm going there with all my Jackson State gear on, my banners, everything. And I'm going right there in front of South Carolina State. Playing Get Ready. And
Oh
like I
man!
said, Jackson State, baby, all the way. And y'all take care.
I appreciate you, sir. Oh man, that was great. That's funny. The chat is open. If you want to come up, speak your piece. You don't have to put your face on the camera, but if you want to come up, speak your piece. The link to jump on the stream is now open for everybody to talk they talk. Let's just not do it in the chat. Let's put it on here so we can hear it on wax. Oh, we going back next year. We going back next year. He said, "I'll be sick." Oh man, I'll be sick. I'll be sick like a dog. Y'all know, and y'all know we blowing up Twitter. We blowing Twitter up. We blowing Twitter up. Uh, but yeah, what do you think about this? They was definitely trying to make this game the Chinnisberry show. Uh, let's see. We hope we play Central so we get our revenge on them as well. Um, well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I hope Jackson State has a run like North Carolina A&T had when they was in the MEAC and they was running things, and people be sick of us. Sick.
Yes, sir. I'm back. I'm back. Nah, man. For Swanigan, bro, we've actually tried to reach out to some MEAC schools, and they let's just say this: they respectfully declined. And I'm gonna use the term respectfully declined. So that's just to let you know that we have been working on trying to do more than the MEAC SWAC challenges, but it was respectfully declined, and that's not talking about any other school. That's not saying people are well. No, I can't say that that's not being afraid because that's really is being afraid. But yes, Mr. Swanigan, we have reached out to a couple of schools in the MEAC to maybe obtain a home and home, and we will respectfully decline.
What up, Big Reese? What's happening?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Man, look, I just want to talk about something real quick, man. Like,
Go ahead.
I'm so excited for TC, man. Like, he's the first coach to win it all in JSU history. He's the first coach to win it all as a second year coach, right? And he's the first coach to win it all with the youngest coaching staff in football, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did it without all the resources and all the glam that Meion Flanders had when he was here, right? And then
Right.
it didn't take him 5 years to do it like FAMU and Willie Simmons. He did it within 2 years of being called a head coach. So I just wanted to put that out there and put that as a perspective for people to look at. Like Willie
Now,
Simmons and those people had been in the league for a while before they got it, right?
yeah.
And nephew Reese, we beat them more than 30-26, by the way.
Right.
So really, so I guess so really, you know, we brag different over this way because see, we beat your ass.
Right, right,
We beat your ass.
right.
We whip your ass. We don't leave no meat on the bone.
And
You
Now,
know.
one of the
I will
most
say this.
convincing things that I saw during the game, man, is when that camera showed South Carolina sideline, man, and seeing the look on them guys' faces going into halftime. I said, it's over with. If we score one more touchdown, we're gonna take their soul.
Oh, it was done. It was done. I looked at Eric Phoenix, and he's been on the show before. I had him, I interviewed him before when he was at Benedict, and I'm telling you, when I looked at his face, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like it looked like he went home and cried to his mama and told him that the bully took his cookies. Like seriously. And I'm gonna put this other thing in perspective about TC too. TC is also the second head coach from Jackson State that was a former player for the university to win a national title. The first one is James Big Daddy Carson. Just think about that. Just think about that. But yeah, it just man,
Eh,
the game should have been more than what it was though.
See, Doc, people are underestimate another thing. Do you see how young we are?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
people don't know, don't realize. Look how young we are. Man, 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 man. I
Oh
I
yeah.
love, I love it. Can't get enough of it. And in your mouth tricks for all of you out there. And please dial 988 for suicidal help on today. It works on all devices.
hey, hey, I'm dead. Y'all don't see what Javessa done put in the damn. Javessa ain't got no damn sense whatsoever, man. He said Atlanta in 365 days, we will be back. P.S. South Carolina State. We had the playbook.
Now for all you little bitty itty bitty teensy weensy podcasters and SWAC Unity again, and this is coming from me. This is coming from me. I can say it, but also let me put a disclaimer before I say this. You put my face on your channel again, I'm gonna take your little pennies. And I said that. Now, uh respectfully, the coalition, Uncle says rotten hell. How about that? Now try that
Mm.
on for and I said it. What you gonna do about it? I got Jewish attorneys ready. So I said it, put my face up again. Put my face up again, and you know who the fuck I'm talking to. Put my face up because I don't have to lie about coins. Get it?
I got you.
But
I
man, we
got
did this. Man. Shots out to TC, man. Shots out to if we do have swag people out there supporting us, man. Shots out to the HBCU culture. Uh, Shouts out to any to my dear love family, man. We did this, man. We are order has been restored. The rightful order has been restored. And man, I'm just so happy, man. Like I said, I left a funeral today, and I'm at the funeral. Let's say, got my phone, and we watched the game at the funeral. So, but
Hey,
we were there, man. But again, man. Like I said, man, this been a great season. I see plenty more. This is the beginning of a dynasty. Me and Ed was conversing about that a long time ago.
oh yeah, he did
And
say that. We talked about that. He kind of Ed had to convince me first. I had to see it for myself from not the first, but give me if you. I said give me 3 games. Actually, give me 4 because I want to see what the first 4 games are going to be about. And you give me the first 4 games, and um,
and, and
it
in
took us
all
to get
honesty,
beat.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It took us to get beat by Grambling by 21, by 20. Let's say 20, right? 21. One of
Yeah.
them
Oh,
things.
yeah.
And it just took it. Look, they had a mind of their own, and they basically said the shit got to stop, and we gon' you know what I'm saying, we gon' take them from there. And they took it from there. They boy won 10 straight.
And really, man, and shouts out to I know I make my comments every now and again, but shouts out to Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Because for those of us, and I know people in the chat and yourself that really know football, they gave us our toughest game all year.
It was the toughest game.
If you go back and look at all those games, that was our toughest one. And we did what Jack State do, and that's win. And like I said, for all my JSU people, just understand we probably gonna ain't no problem. We're gonna run it back because just go back to the roster, pull the roster up.
Mm-hmm.
We we're gonna lose some key starters, right?
Right.
But we have guys after them, man, and then we got guys coming in, and I can't wait till this Tyree guy come in, man, because I've been watching his tape, man. He just put out another tape about 2 days ago. It's on YouTube now,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think we finna play some bully ball because we're gonna have two true 6'5" guys on opposite sides of the ball, and it's gonna be yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna love that. And
Somebody
then we
said,
got
I think Brother Bakari said this. He said this the other day. He been saying this the other day. He said this when we won the SWAT championship game. He said that we had to it South Carolina State was going to key in on Herb Mulligan today. That was their main focus was to stop Irv, right?
right,
And he said that Jacobian had to play like he wanted to be a champion.
right. Well, I think this is something that I was discussing with another JSU savant, Doctor. Everybody give him a congratulations, Doctor Israel Carey.
Oh yeah,
Congratulations,
doctor,
nope, Doctor
doctor.
Israel Doc JSU alumnus, one of our STEAM alumnus, and we were talking the other day, and like I was telling him, if you look at the stats. I need everybody to go to that swag page and look at the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
We had about 2,800 yards rushing this year, right?
Right.
But people fail to realize that we had an additional 2,600 in passing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why people were overlooking that, thinking that we couldn't throw the ball, because you don't get to 2,400 yards, 2,600 yards, and you can't throw the ball. So the key to it was this, in my opinion, my humble opinion. The key to it is that Coach TC built those trenches up, for physicality purposes, right?
Right.
But you still have that SWAC appeal because you have athletes on your team. You have elite skill positions. You got to understand, from game 5 all the way to now,
Mm-hmm.
we started, besides one guy, which was Spencer, but we started second team wide receivers the rest of the year.
Yeah. And
And
in fact,
our
after
second
Taquan
team,
after Taquan went down, that's when you start seeing Jamil Gardner come in, and when you start
yeah, that's
seeing
Dupree,
Dupree come in, um,
mhm,
and
Fortillion.
Fortillion. Well, Fortillion was already going to be. To me, he should have been the starter from the beginning. You put him on the X or you put him on the Z. His real spot is the Z. Because if I'm got Rico on one side, Rico is my X. He's my X receiver.
Right,
And
right.
putting Fortillion on the Z, and then you could mix and match with Spencer and Dupree at the Y.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. That's right.
The
That's right.
the the best thing about this was we saw a Madison County connection in the
Hmm.
game today.
And shouts out to that young king, man. He's really gonna be a force in the SWAC, man. That Gardner,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
watching him, man. I've been watching him very closely. Like, he's very sure-handed, and I like that about him. Like, anything you throw his way, them big old paws is gonna come out there and grab it. So, the SWAC better watch out for that, man, because I mean, next year you finna get a bunch of this young man named Nathan Blunt, because I saw him in person. I saw him. How I found out about him, they played my son team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, shoot, what was that score? What, 49 something? 49? What was the score?
when we played them last year,
Yeah,
31-10.
31-10. And who
Mm.
did our score?
Nate.
Nate. You heard he said. You heard what he said. You heard what he said.
I
Yeah.
heard
So
it.
yeah, it's but they all friends, Cedric and Nate and Isaiah, because they grew up playing football together, all that stuff. So they real good friends and stuff. Keep in contact and stuff. I'm very proud of those guys. But man, I really do believe that we probably going to end up running it back.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
think we're gonna run it back.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see no team in the SWAC other than if the only one that probably give us an issue and just in our own division would be Alabama State. If he get a quarterback, if he gets a quarterback for that team and he gets the defensive players for that team that he had this year, some
It was
bomb.
simulated though.
It was
It
it
was
was simulated,
simulated. Yeah,
simulated,
yeah, they were
simulated.
simulated.
But if he get those same type of dogs in for next year, I would say Alabama State can give us a run for our money. That's just in our own division. I don't see FAMU doing it right now. I think more likely because they're going to be on the hunt for a QB and they got a lot of players that's going to be gone. Um, of
Well,
course,
I,
A&M
I, I
looking for
I
a
just
coach,
think
Valley looking for a coach.
FAMU is they're similar to, they remind me a lot of the LA Rams to me. And let me explain to you why.
Mm-hmm.
They had like a one good season, right? And they had a consecutive, like, decent seasons, right?
Right.
But once the truth came out, on who they are, how they play, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. And stated even back when people were saying that I was hating on them. I don't know how you can say that. I don't do biased commentary. You know, I told them, and I meant what I said, and it came to pass. When you lose your best player on both sides of the ball, that's a lot to overcome. And their best player was Willie Simmons. That was their best player. Also, when I got ridiculed last year, you realize I went to the Legacy Bowl down there
Mm-hmm.
in in New Orleans. Do you realize from last year team, those guys from FAMU and those guys from JSU, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that JSU sent to that game, they actually started in that game. Nobody from FAMU, the national champs, quote unquote, started in that game. That let me know right there. I said, "Oh man, this is Willie Simmons. They better do what they got to do to keep this man." I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes. Like those guys were backups last year. I saw this at the HBCU All Star game, and
Mm-hmm.
even with the team that we had last year, guys like DJ Stevens, guys like what was the DB name? Hazel.
Jaheim Hazel.
Yeah, he start. Both of them started. Both of them started. Yeah, both of them started. I saw it with my own two eyes. Yeah, both of them started. And it was just, I was told that I was being a hater. I'm like, no, I see what this is. They should have just did what they had to do to keep him. But shouts out to him. He got a, with the FIU job. It's a great area. It's in Boca. If you're familiar, with Florida like that. Yeah, in Boca. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put some money behind him. You know, because it's money there. There's plenty of money there. So all he has to do is just be going to bowl games, and he'll be fine. He'll be compensated very well. But no, man, I just think this is the beginning of a dynasty, and I also believe deep in my heart, man, that TC just. I think he's gotten a real taste of winning, and I don't see it. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon because he's already 2 years ahead as far as recruiting with every other school. He's already 2 years ahead, and this year gonna make 3 years ahead because now these players are going to be like, you know what, I need to come to JSU now.
Oh yeah.
So they don't, the SWAC encounter messed up, as far as that's concerned because now some of these kids that were on the fence they finna go ahead and come because, and also with some of these all-state players, that's high school all-state players, they coming to JSU as well because they looking at guys like the Travis Terrell. They're looking at guys like the Isaiah Spencer. They're looking at guys like those that you come in, and if you are who you say you are, right, you're gonna play right away. TC puts the best product on the field. So, it is what it is, man. And then, the SWAC really gonna be in trouble because when that young man Ethan Terrell hits the field, hey, I tell my nephew just don't beat people. Once we beat people by once we up 35, just take your brakes off the gas. Just
Mhm.
yeah, once we up 35. So it just is what it
let,
is.
let me. I think I'm gonna have a good. I'm gonna have a good birthday, not birthday, but Christmas present coming up. So we got our championship. Got our national championship today. Let me say this: yesterday, well, last night, I'm gonna give a huge shout out here in DFW area, as always, to the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, who are making a fourth straight championship appearance in 5A Division Two, and they're playing Richmond, Randall High School out of Richmond, Texas, out there down there near Houston.
Yeah,
And they
man.
coming
It,
up
it is so
Saturday.
much talent out there, man. It is so much talent out there, man. And when you had explained to me like those two damn schools were down the street from each other and
Oh
they
yeah,
both nationally ranked,
Duncanville, Cedar Hill, and DeSoto's all on one strip, and Lancaster too.
and two of those damn schools was in the top 10 in the nation.
Yep. In fact, Duncanville is playing North Crowley today in Allen, so they have a play out. This is state semis right here. But yeah,
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Coach Jason Todd, who is a Texas Southern alumnus.
Mm-hmm.
You see how I did that? Who was actually trained and was brought up under Coach Reginald Sample, who is a Prairie View alumnus.
Well,
see how we
why
do
won't
it. See how we
why,
do it
why,
right here.
why won't they hire him as the OC though?
Who? Coach Sample?
Texas Southern.
Man, look, Texas Southern with Coach Todd is defense. Both of them, Coach Todd and Coach Samples are defense. Coach Sample is pretty much ain't going nowhere. He is what we call the godfather of high school DISD football, um, in basically the state of Texas. Um, but yeah, if you really think about this, um, Jason Todd should his name should be in the running for somebody's job, like college coaching job. I don't know about
Right.
head coach, but a position coach, a defensive coordinator position, his name should be up in there. Um,
I just really think it's unfair because a lot of times you have you have high school coaches, man, that are ready, man, and you know, it's like it's a fraternity, and I get it, you know what I mean, but you got to give these guys a chance. I mean, like I had broken down. I mean, there's no reason why a Lane should not hire a Coach Flowers. Like this dude, when they had the satellite offense, he was on. That was the guy that was on the other side of Jerry Rice.
mm,
And this man has been dominant throughout the Memphis school ranks, man. Although the talent is spread out because there's so many high schools, right?
yeah.
But this is a guy that coached Jalen Johnson that didn't nobody know anything about, which I did.
Oh,
The guy,
that's at Prairie View.
yeah, yeah. See, he went straight to Louisville out of high school. He was a 4-star recruit. And watch this. Coach Flowers also coached Draylon Edwards. I mean Ellis. DJ, my nephew.
Your nephew.
Yeah, he coached them too. Like they came in consecutively back to back. So it's like, you gotta give, sometimes you just gotta give quality coaches a chance to see what they're gonna do. Just like, with basketball, at my old stomping ground, Callaway High School, that female coach over there, man, is just, I mean, she's dominant.
Mm,
I- Man, last year, I think there was a score last year that we had beat Provine High School. Callaway girls beat Provine High School 87-6.
damn.
Yeah, in basketball. Yeah.
Mm,
So it was like, you know what I mean? So you just got, sometimes you just try to, let's get these high school coaches some looks and see what they can do, on a higher level, if you will. Because, there's coaching deficiencies and stuff like that. But like I said, I do think, and me and Dr. Carey were talking about this. I think it is going to be a Southern JSU battle for that SWAC championship these next couple of years. Because I really don't see anybody that's going to dethrone Southern like that in the West,
right.
unless you must be somebody. I don't see anybody.
If you want to know how dominant, let's go back to the game. You want to know how dominant this defense was today?
Hmm.
They held Caden Hine, who was the leading receiver, for with 4 catches and only 16 yards.
Didn't I say that the other day? I told you that the other day because when they was talking about him, right? I didn't want to just. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just say it. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Do I respect that young king?
Uh oh, we he dropped off. Let me get him back on here. They held Caden Hine to 16 yards, 16 receiver yards on 4 catches. They held Justin Smith Brown to 24 yards on 5 catches. They held uh, Elijah Carter. I don't even think he had got a. I don't even think he got a reception in this game. So just think about that. You just think about how dominant that defense was, and just think about this. I said this. And you go rewatch the game. Go rewatch the game. Robin McDaniel was stuck on Caden High like fly on
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Sorry about that, man.
Are you
Sorry
good?
about that. But remember what I told you. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, and there's no disrespect to that young king because I think he's good. But remember when I was kind of alluding to, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it now. I knew that he was too light in the ass for our DBs. I knew that. I'm like, dude, you don't understand what you about to face today. Like these guys, they ain't lighting the ass like that, dog. Like the only person, quote unquote, that they would face on, practice will probably be Travis Terrell. But you are not on Travis Terrell's level. So you know what I mean? So I kind of knew that was going to happen to that young man because man, when you a little too, you a little, light in the ass, man, and you got guys like Assayas and McDaniel, and then you got Wiggins, and then you got interchangeable between BJ, between Day Day, between. I mean, you can't be too light in the ass playing that receiver. Not against Jackson. I say this against Jackson State, you can. Now
Right. So
you can do that against some MEAC teams because again, those are like like the okay. Let me break it down. Like the Delaware State, the Norfolk, the Morgan State, the Howard this year Howard. Those are like that's like getting your wind up. Those are like kind of like two-hand touch. You remember that two-hand touch? Those,
yeah,
those are
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
are those type of games. That's not really nothing. It's just like it's something that you can pull your playbook out and you can just work on your stuff when you're going against teams like that. It's like, okay, I know I'm finna come in and win, but it's just okay, let me work on this because we missed this in practice the other day. So you just kind of need, live game film, when you're playing teams like those four this year. It's kind of like I ain't gonna say like I said, I'm gonna use the terminology two-hand touch, you know what I mean? But it's like, what I'm saying. It's basically like a glorified scrimmage when you playing those guys. Teams like that. So but I just knew it, man. Like I said, with our defensive backfield, it's a little bit too physical for most teams that want to exude a passing attack. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's go back to UAP PB game. Like they
Mm-hmm.
throwing the ball all over the yard, right?
Right.
FAMU, they throwing the ball all over the yard, right?
Right.
But you have 11 guys that are physical. Like, yeah, you have the cover corners, right? With the pass breakups, with the interceptions, right? But what people underestimated about JSU's defense, all 11 guys come up and tackle. See, when you have that, that's hard to stop, man. And you
Mm-hmm.
just cannot, you can't be lighting ass. You just can't. Not against that defense. You just cannot, because if you actually catch the ball, you're going to get hit. It's
Right.
kind of like, the boxer Tank Davis. Like with Tank, you can score points all night long with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But around the fifth or sixth round, once he catch you, you're done. So and that's what I liken to, Jackson State defense. I mean, you have to know the game, give props to what it is. It's just the defense was actually so dominant. And the reason why, people were saying like Alabama, because that's their primary focus. But
Right.
see, with Jackson State, you have an offense and you have a defense. And
Mm-hmm.
see, the biggest thing is, in which baffles me about people in their commentary. People didn't realize that Jackson State had the number one offensive line in HBCU football all year long. Like from game one to the Celebration Bowl, they've had the best offensive line and
Mm-hmm.
defensive line. Like, I mean, you just got to get credit where credit is due. Like those trenches was key, man.
Oh
Because them
yeah.
guys, they like to maul you. The offensive line, they like to maul you. They like to shuck block you. And you know what shuck to mean. Shuck block you. Then the defensive line, they just coming. They applying pressure. They substituting. They switching out. You got fresh legs and they just coming in trying to hit you. So, man, shouts out to Coach Quinn, shouts out to Coach DC, shouts out to Coach Orr. Those guys, man, I mean, they the future, man. They
Oh
really
yeah.
are.
Coach
Uh,
James, Coach Javancy.
oh, man, he crazy, man. I can, man, whoever, I can see him coaching a team, man, and they gonna go out and beat everybody 100-0 without it. Because he gonna get you so hyped that whatever kind of wall there is, you just gonna run through it, and he gonna tell you, man, it's gonna be all right, and he gonna be there dancing. Why? What you know what I'm saying? He gonna be there dancing while you running through a wall. So, I mean, just shouts out, to TC, man. I mean, it's time for people to give that fella his props, man.
Oh yeah. So we got
Have a bunch of athletes, stuff like that. So, yep.
yes, sir. We got Coach Flea giving us congrats. Cam Silver Craig giving us congrats. Coach Willie Simmons down there at FIU giving us congratulations. Uh, um, y'all don't listen to me, Yak Mike. I don't know what he on. He was on. I don't know if somebody spiked this drink or something this for the last 5 6 weeks. Um, let's this into perspective.
Mike, Mike. He's a cool guy, but I think this is the thing. I think they underestimated the swag. Because to me, can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I think they underestimated the swag, and I would always tell him that the difference between the swag and the MEAC is that in the SWAC you have to be able to score. You see what I'm saying? Like you will have a team that at any given time can drop 40 points on you. You see what I'm saying? But see, the MEAC only has two teams like that, and that's NCCU, and that's South Carolina State. But the rest of those schools, and I don't know if he took it as a diss or but I was being honest. You remember when JSU had the camp for females, right? You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There were women out there that can throw the ball farther than a starting me at quarterback. That's a problem.
Shout out to Miss Veronica. Miss
That's
Veronica.
a problem. Like if you have a woman that can throw the ball 30 yards in the air, but you a man and you can't do that, and you a scholarship athlete, it's kind of like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. That,
So yeah, think about this though. We got 8 starters. I think we had probably have 8 returning starters coming back. What's going on, Bakari?
Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to get chime back in.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I saw somebody put in the chat they tried to make it the South Carolina State show, and Lord knows they did. They kept showing the and then no disrespect to Tennis Berry, I think he's an excellent coach, but they just kept showing his motivational speech before the game. I'm like, damn, did Jackson State talk to her? Did TC talk to did TC talk to his team? You could tell that they wanted they wanted South Carolina State to win. But in all honesty, with Jackson State name, Jackson State brand, Jackson State winning the national title is better for HBCU.
And I
And
agree with you, big bro. I agree with you. And let me add, I don't mean to cut you. Let me add a caveat to that. If you look at this whole season in its totality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which conference, and I'm asking you this as well, big bro Bakari, right? Which conference of the two conferences, right, in HBCU football, team for team, let's go down, team for team, right? What's the better conference this year?
It was a
swag,
swag. Of course we got more
swag.
teams in it, but at the same time, your top 3 teams is your top 2 teams is in one division in the West and the other in the East, and then you got another top team that had 7 or more wins in Alabama State that's in the East. You had another team. Even though it was the first year of his head coaching debut, uh, FAMU had 7 wins in the division. So when you look at the whole spectrum, I think we had the better team. We had the better. It was the better conference. Um,
And just imagine, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna say Alabama State, right? I'm gonna let's talk about Alabama State. If they would have gone over to the MEAC, let's say they scheduled 4 MEAC games, right? They'd have probably
mhm,
won. They'd have probably won 3 of them with no offense. I mean, like easily. Like it's just, I just think their brand of football has been exposed. And see, the biggest thing is that and I'll talk to MEAC Mike. That's me and him will talk. But the thing about it is this: you allowed someone to come in your conference as far as the coach, right?
mhm,
Make it to the Celebration Bowl, right?
mhm.
But he figured out your brand of football and then added the swag twist to it. And that's all what TC did. It is nothing is I mean, only thing he did was build the trenches up because he knows that in the SWAC you're gonna have on defense and offense, you're gonna have some star guys, at the just those fast positions, like the cornerbacks, the linebackers, the running backs, the wide receivers. That's SWAC football.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did was it said, okay, I'm gonna build those trenches up and then it's game over.
So if we think about this, let's see who's coming back in from the defense. Josh Noble is a junior. I think he's a junior, so he got 1 more year left. He coming back. True Thompson. True Thompson. I think he's gone. I think Jeremiah Williams. If he
He's a
decides,
junior. He's a junior. He can have another year if he wanted.
right. If he decides he wants to stay in, he wants to stay at school. He got 1 more year. And then Philip Webb. Yeah, True is a senior. Philip Webb, you got 1 more year. You got the music.
Oh, I thought True was leaving. I
True
mean,
is a
I thought
senior.
Phil. I'm talking about Phillip Webb.
I think Phillip Webb is a senior. I mean, he's a junior. Webb is coming back. Hey, turn the music down. I don't want to get copyrighted. You got
The Sayers is leaving, and
yeah,
Kevin.
says and Kevin is they both leaving. You got Shamar Hawkins that's coming back. You got BJ Washington that's coming back. Um I
Now Rick,
think that
now Rick jumped in the portal.
Rick gone he jumped in the portal earlier this week this week, which I think that was crazy. He should have just stayed and got him a ring. Um
Well, he'd have finally been a starter too.
right. Um um you got Ashton Taylor coming back, and you have Reed Pulliam coming back at the linebacker spot. Reed said he got one more year. I think no, Reed said he got 2 more years. Cause he said he want to go back to back, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yeah, shouts out to Reed, man. Reed is, he's only a sophomore. I knew that. I know that for sure. He's
oh
only a
yeah,
sophomore. So
Philip
yes,
Webb got another year, right?
yeah. Philip Webb got another year. Kobe,
What
I don't
about
know.
Josh? No, what about Noble?
Nova got another year too.
Yeah, man, we better hit that damn collective and get these people some money.
oh, we are.
Yeah,
We-
Day Bright.
Reed.
He should be Day Bright coming back. Robert McDaniel's gone. He's going to the NFL. I don't care anybody say he's going. He made his money in the last 2 games
Yeah,
of the season.
we got two guys. We got two solid. We actually got three solid guys that can actually be drafted. That's Evan Henry. That's McDaniel. Maybe four too, and Mulligan. You got four guys that can contribute to NFL teams like now, like right now. Can you imagine Irv Mulligan with a 1-2 punch down there in New Orleans?
Hmm.
yeah.
Well,
Like
Hey,
Irv is
hey,
gone.
mm,
And the offense is pretty much it. Jacobian comes back, he'll be back. You got all quarterbacks coming back. You got
oh yeah, yeah,
you
you got
got
all
pretty
quarterbacks.
much majority of your receivers coming back.
Yep.
Uh, you have
Everybody that was starting today has eligibility left at the receiver.
at the receiver
So
spot.
yeah,
yeah. Hey, Doc. Let me finish my. I had technical difficulties, phone
I
calls and
got
technical
yes sir,
difficulties. But when
yes
I
sir.
said it's better for Jackson State to win the HBCU, and I know it hurt when other folks don't win. Now, I'm not just saying it better because I'm a JSU fan. It's better because when you want to see HBCUs do better, it's better to see your bigger brand on top. You know why? Because your bigger brand gonna bring other players into the fold for other schools. Believe it or not.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no doubt,
Uh,
no
uh,
doubt. I
so
agree with
so
that.
it's
I
it, it,
definitely
it's
agree with that.
better. It's better because what if they had lost to South Carolina State, right?
Right.
But they went out there and they dominated. You could hear people, why go there? They couldn't beat South Carolina State. Why go there? They get all this hype and went to the Celebration Bowl 3 times and haven't won. It could have been a lot. But now when you see the one who got the hype, who gonna have the most fans everywhere you go, and instead of I'm
And
gonna
I
use
mean
another recruiting area
every
that
damn,
we gonna hit.
every damn
Uh,
word,
and,
every damn where you go.
everywhere. And instead of like, let's say when we hit that Midwest, and we got some Midwest players on that team now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those players that's going to Western Michigan, East, them directional schools in Michigan, uh, the Ohio's in Miami of Ohio's. I'm telling you just what I believe because I can see it can be done. You're gonna start seeing some of those players coming down playing in the swag. And I ain't talking about some of them we gonna get through the transfer portal, but some of them is gonna want to come play HBCU football. I'm willing to bet you The Celebration Bowl is gonna have more fans than any Group of Six bowl game, with the exception of Boise State because they made the playoffs. I'm at their game than any Group of Six. They had I can't remember the Mountain West. The Mountain West may have had more fans than the SWAC championship game, right? Because of
Mm-hmm.
Boise State. But if you look at the Sun Belt, Conference USA, uh MAC, go look.
Yeah.
The SWAC championship game had more fans than them. So when you can get these young men, look, man, you can play. You can play in front of 40,000. You can play in front of, we lead the FCS, and we were down this year and still level the FCS in attendance, which will be back up next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
People was a little disappointed in the
And
7 and 4 season. You can
can
come
you
down here and play in
imagine?
front of
Can you
35
imagine?
anytime you get home.
Can you imagine? Big brother Bakar, can you imagine what the attendance is going to look like next year? It's going to be
We
through
should
the roof.
we should average about 40. And that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
we
about
are.
that
great
40,000.
that's a
Yeah,
that's
we
a
are.
great recruiting tool. But I'm telling you, Jackson State winning. See, you use the big fish to bring in the others. You use the bigger brands to bring up the other brands, the other schools, right? And I'm telling you, I just see something like this, and I'm gonna tell you another team, but they don't play in the Celebration Bowl. And because of how good they played during the season, even though they tied for their conference with three other teams, and they lost in the playoffs. But I'm telling you, Eddie George and Tennessee State,
Oh yeah.
we need a home and home classic. Forget Memphis, Jackson State. Forget Memphis. Jackson and Jackson State need the money, and Tennessee State need the attendance. We need to re-go home and home classic. I don't care what you call the classic with Jackson State and Tennessee State. I won't give a damn about no Memphis. Hell with
Oh, hey,
Memphis.
I mean, I
Keep that
stay in
money
Memphis,
at
but
home.
with me, I travel to JSU games. So either
Keep
way,
that
but
classic at home.
they
Home and
need,
home.
and also shout out to them, man. And if you guys find it in your heart, because they are an HBCU as well, they really need the money right now. Um, they've actually fired from the last info that I received from one of my fraternity brothers. The total now is 118 employees at Tennessee State, for lack of funding. So, if you know anybody, or if they have, you see anything where you could donate, whether it's $1, $5, $10, but that school is right now, it's very distraught right now,
Yeah, and I'm
very
going to tell you, and whoever in Tennessee, or not just Tennessee, this is something I said the HBCUs need to collectively do. The
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs, yes, they need to study the heirs case because Tennessee State should not be going through this. It won't happen to UTC. It won't happen to Tennessee Martin. They're underfunded
no,
by the state.
it's not. Well, see, the biggest thing is because they have their own version of what's called the AAC out there in Atlanta, right? And all those schools on the same block, like the Georgia State, G Tech, Morris Brown, Spelman, Morehouse, Clark, but they have their version of that in Nashville, which is Vanderbilt, Fisk, Meharry, and then in the cul-de-sac
Belmont
you
and
have
Benton.
Belmont, and then but in they call it a cul-de-sac. That's where Tennessee State is located. But from what I rumors, I don't know, allegedly Vanderbilt want that school. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, we are all HBCU family. So if you see anything as far as donate, I know we love Jackson State, but they are in some serious bad times. And we definitely don't want them to be like a Knoxville College, because Knoxville College, they only they had closed down, and then they actually had like 32 students, and then now they had a fire a couple months back, and their main administration building was burnt to the ground.
Well, I'm gonna
So,
tell you, it was not a couple months back. It was it was 1 hour after the election was over.
Oh
It
well,
was
yeah,
1 hour after the presidential election was over
yeah,
when
yeah,
that
yeah,
building burned, and I have my own conspiracies about that, but I just leave that to myself on Doc Panel.
yeah, yeah. But it's just the thing about it is that you know with Jackson State, and again, I'm not showing any biases, but we're trained different. Um, so like I said, please, ma'am, please, sir, if you have if they post stuff out there, just understand they are in very much dire straits, and the dire straits that they're in, it could, of course, they talking about the hockey team and this and that, and then of course they had a great winning season this year. Shouts out, to Coach Eddie George. But on the administrative side, the administration side, they are in dire straits, and allegedly they are 130 million in the hole, allegedly.
Mm.
So yeah, it's pretty sad, and like I said, if you know of anybody that 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 attended or graduated, from Tennessee State, just reach out to them, and just show them some love, man, because their school is they in some deep waters right now, and I know our Jackson State faithful, we were raised the right way and we were taught the right way. So, as far as HBCU unity, we don't talk about it, we be about it. Even if you don't, donate anything financial, just reach out to someone on your social media and say, hey, we got your back, or whatever you choose to say. But just understand that they are in dire straits right now, like dire straits. And notice I didn't say allegedly with that one.
Right.
Everything else I said allegedly. So, like I said, but shouts out to them. Shouts out to Coach George. But with all my shots out, man, hey, all the shout out to Coach TC, man. In the chat, man, just shout Coach TC out, man, if you got the time. Shout him out. He is the guy, the coach. He's the guy. So, like I said, but y'all love, man, and it's a great day to be. It's a great day to be a tiger. It's a great season to be a tiger, man, and shouts out, to the coaching staff. Shouts out to the kids. They went to battle in the trenches for us, man, and they brought back a championship, man, to Juice City, man. So, shouts out to them. And we did this, and I need the chat to think about this. We did that. We did it this year with against a person that comes out and shows us who he really is all the time, and that's that guy who I'm about to name is called Tate Reeves, and we did it. So shouts out to Coach TC and D. I love.
So we gonna go ahead and get in this thing in a minute. I know tomorrow gonna be going live at 7 o'clock tonight. Uh, um, everybody else, I think everybody else going should be went live earlier and stuff. I just had to watch the game, see what I was looking at, and we looking at some champions, baby. Looking at some champions. You got any last word, Carl, before we roll up out of here and switch over to basketball season?
Yeah, man. Thanks for letting me speak on your panel.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
always.
I was glad to speak on your panel. And once again, like you say, shout out to the coach, TC Taylor. And don't forget, shout out Coach O, who was right there with him. Like, what do you say? They turned left and they went right and the other bus turned left.
Mm-hmm.
They were the only two left in that room. How we going to do this? Coach TC, Coach O, and this coaching staff that they have built, the recruiting that they are doing, and shout out to these players. I can't. I look. I don't remember a big number 0. What his name? He
Jeremiah
was the
Williams.
Jeremiah Williams. That's what I thought. I went. He's the he was the defensive MVP of the game. And shout out to the general Jacoby Morgan, who is the offensive MVP of the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Look at that, man. Look how great their recruiting is. He go down in the SWAC championship, and the backup quarterback get the offensive MVP of the SWAC championship.
Mm-hmm.
Come back in the Cricket Celebration Bowl, the other quarterback get the offensive MVP in the Celebration Bowl. Jackson State, we are the standard. We're on a different level, and we are the champions. And can't nobody let the haters hate. Let them continue to hate. I stay away from their channels. I don't go. I don't even want to hear them talk. But they're gonna try to bounce around. But this right here is TC, Coach O, that staff, and these young men that went out there on that field and put it all on the line all night. And I'm gonna say this right. This is the last thing we saw in the other two. I'm glad that this team. Now you don't want to lose a game, but they went into Grambling with arrogance, like you said, feeling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Grambling knocked them down a peg or two,
Mm-hmm.
and they haven't looked back. They haven't looked back. It was a wake up call early in the season,
Yep.
and they haven't looked back. The champions, Jackson State University 2024 Cricket Celebration Bowl, and the HBCU National Champ. So Jay Walker, Jackson State Tigers is actually the #1 HBCU in the nation.
Mm-hmm. And just think about this too. Like I said, they went down to Grambling. We lose to Grambling, and we went 10 straight after that. And then not to have no break in between the SWAC championship game and the Celebration Bowl because of the movement of the college football playoff to start next week, which would have been our spot for next week because we still would have been the ones who start the bowl season, right? We get um we get no breaks. They got 3 weeks off, and as much as 3 weeks is can be a blessing, but it also could be a curse. They had a lot of players cramping. They had a lot of players with lower extremity injuries and stuff like that. It seemed like they was not ready to play this game today. Um, I I'm just gonna say I'm just gonna say it like this. We came, we saw, we conquered. And that's how we go. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it just like that. We gonna keep it.
Yep, and
We
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you, man, I don't think all those lower extremity injuries. I don't think they were injured. They were worn down and tired. So they trying to slow Jackson State down, especially out there on defense. Yeah, they had a few people cramp up,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just like every other team that Jackson State have played all year. They get tired. They worn down in that second half.
Mm-hmm. I got to see
But
how many
shout out to
plays.
South Carolina State.
Oh yeah, shout out to South Carolina State for getting there in his first season as a head coach. We can't say that a D2 coach can't get nothing done because we just saw what happened with this South Carolina State team. He came in, he brought his players from Benedict, and they got it done. They got it done. They went to the Celebration Bowl. They just didn't come out victorious. But at the end of the day, he took on a challenge, and basically he met that challenge. The challenge, basically, he didn't foresee the challenge to be in his favor. But again, he got to this point. He got to this point. And for us, now we're gonna focus on basketball season, but you already know I am a football person at heart. I am a diehard football person at heart. We still gonna be talking about football all the way up until signing day, and we still gonna talk about it all the way up until until spring game. So make sure make sure y'all keep in touch and in tune with this channel. And like I said, I'm sorry I couldn't get down to Atlanta this weekend because of my health, and trying to take care of myself. I hate being sick. Um, and if you would have saw my face um, when I got home, I literally cried. I literally cried because I really wanted to come down there and to take in the festivities and stuff like that. But um, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Uh, but I appreciate you, brother Picard, coming on up here as always, man. We're gonna continue talking football. We're gonna continue talking about HBCUs. We're gonna continue talking about uplifting our institutions, and always say black is beautiful. You know, beautiful. Black is better, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. Thank you for letting me speak, man. I'm out. I'll see you.
All right,
I'll see you later on tomorrow.
all right.
All right.
Man. If anybody else want to come up here before I roll up out of here, uh, before I roll up out of here, you are more than welcome to come on up here and say what you want to say before I roll up out of here and try to finish watching Army and Navy. Well, I think Navy got this game now, unless Army could come back. But again, Jackson State wins the Celebration Bowl, the 2024 version of the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Jackson State wins in a dominating fashion, 28-7 over South Carolina State. This is the third victory for the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl. Jackson State joining Grambling and FAMU as the only other schools to win this postseason bowl game. Um, Other than that, I want to hear what Mr. Ford got to say too. So I mean, charge my phone up. Cause my StreamYard be sucks on my laptop and stuff. But other than that, man, we gonna get up out this thing. Hey, we gonna be shooting layups. We shoot layups too, man. So, but at the same time, they can shoot. The other team will shoot layups. They wasn't with us shooting in the gym. But yeah, we're gonna continue talk football. We're gonna continue to uplift our universities, and black is always beautiful, man. Um, um, dominate this again, winning in dominating fashion. Um, but other than that, make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and share this with everybody. If you're on Twitter, make sure you hit the follow button on Twitter and hit me up on hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Um, so as always, my neighbors out there, they partying, so I guess I get to join the party too. Hey, gonna give me a cervezas, Corona. But other than that, man, um, let me lay this on to everybody who thought that Jackson State was going to lose the game. Guess what? I got something for you.
Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up. Got me fucked up.
And again, everybody on for the MEAC, guess what? You
He got
got
his
what?
ass cooked. He got cooked.
Adrian, you didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
Oh Lord. Hey. And last but not least, for all the folks in the coalition,
Fuck them people! Fuck them people!
you get all the jokes. Get all the jokes. We get all the jokes. Get every last bit of these jokes. And we going wild on Twitter, going wild on Instagram. I just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Willie is on one today. But anyway, man, uh, y'all have a y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones. And we the champs. We the champs. We the motherfucking champs. Woo! Hey, it's been a pleasure being up here for HBCU Saturday night. Until next time, we at this thing. Peace. Be easy.